Hey guys, it's Benny and Amanda, day 3 in London, and we got our first London day.
We had a proper rainy day.
Yeah, but like I listen, everybody knows that I love the rain. I loved growing up in the Monterey Bay Area, peninsula area. I loved that it was like misty, foggy rain. It wasn't like big drops of rain. It was like it's just like that light. Like you don't even have to wear a jacket if you like are cool. Just getting a little damp.
Also, it's just been really hot.
Yeah, it's been muggy.
So having it rain down and cool off a little bit was nice.
Yeah, it's not like that New Orleans rain that's like hotter than that ambient air. That blew my mind. Anyway, London, great day 3. We had a lot of traveling today. So instead of like sometimes what I do in the States here and like showing up in a town just to play a show and then moving on that night, I got us tickets to go to Reading a little early, and we found originally we were going to go to the museum in the town hall there, but we got in a little bit later because I thought we took a bus so we could see a little of the countryside. It's about an hour or so outside of London.
I had to accommodate my coffee needs
Yeah,
beforehand.
well, that too.
Went to a great little outlet by the King's Cross station, right? Was it King's Cross?
Yes.
Called Hermanos.
No. Victoria
Victoria
Station.
me.
Yeah.
The shop was still called Hermanos though, and it was recommended by us by one of the guys who opened for Ben last night. One of his buddies was talking single origin coffees with me. Thank you, Dom, for the suggestion.
Yeah.
We had some really great coffee from them this morning.
And I love that it was like they tried to kind of make it feel like you were stepping out of London. And I mean, it's just a little shop, but they tried to make it feel a little South American inside of the joint.
Because they had a house plan, Ben thinks that it was a jungle.
I do. Jungle House. That's what they should have called that place.
It's called Hermanos because it's two brothers from Colombia who import really amazing coffees from micro lots, from very small coffee.
Where was your coffee from today?
From Colombia.
Oh crap! I should have known that one.
If I had to guess, it was some kind of washed, fermented process. It was very jammy. It tasted very naturally sweet.
Jam.
But speaking of jams, Ben played a show today, and that's.
I thought you were gonna say Justin Timberlake.
No.
That's his line.
Yeah.
Jam.
We're here to
talk
talk about jams, not coffee.
Okay. So anyway, we took the bus to Reading, or Reading, but it's definitely Reading.
It's spelled like
What's the
Reading.
railroad on Monopoly? Is that pronounced Reading or Reading?
I thought the town is Reading.
It's Reading here,
Yeah.
but it might be Reading, Pennsylvania. We're gonna talk to our Pennsylvania peeps. Get back to us on that. Anyway. Took the bus, really nice drive. Poor Amanda, I think we both had a little rough night last night, and I think she's coming down on the jet lag. But I think we got a day left or so, and we're gonna get through it. We're gonna punch through it. At some point during these 2 months, we will get through our jet lag. That's what I do know.
Just in time to go back home.
Justin Timberlake time. That's like a fourth reference. Okay. Anyway, we went. We were a little late running in. We found another little coffee shop there that on the internet had breakfast, and then on the real life internet did not when we got there. But good coffee still.
It was so good.
The
That
squeeze.
was under pressure.
Under-
The squeeze.
the juice is worth the squeeze. Okay. But they did. But I'm glad we went there too, because he also pointed us to a really great brunch place that was like. I felt like I was in the bird cage, maybe.
Yeah, lots of wallpaper.
Yeah, like lots
really
of loud colors.
Wallpaper.
Beautiful wallpaper, like
Made
these
us feel
lamps, and then it was called
Bills. It made
I
us
was like,
feel like we had an eccentric English aunt.
Totally, that's exactly what it looked like. And so we were like, let's eat outside, and we were, we got another kid thing today. The kids say the darndest things, and I love that they.
Oh yeah,
do it
there
here.
was like a whole mess of kids upstairs, like having a really messy tea party.
And so we're like sitting there, and they come running down the stairs, and one kid that definitely goes to the Slytherin house, like ran out and goes, "Let's go to the cemetery." And we just looked at each other. It's like across from where we're eating. We didn't even realize there's a church there. Obviously, we saw, church, or used to be a church, but there's just like all these little 4 feet away from where we're eating. It's just headstones and graves.
That's something
grave markers.
About this place. It's just rife with castles and graveyards.
Yeah. Well, think about how much more time has gone by and how many more people you have to.
Yep.
It's not like the States. We haven't died enough people yet.
Anyway, this kid's like, he's like there with this gaggle of friends. He's like, let's go to the cemetery.
And then
his mom goes, Thomas!
Yeah, Thomas, no!
Yeah,
it was great. And he was like, I'm an engine. So anyway, it was a really wonderful. You had like a very. I wouldn't have thought of it as like a British.
I had every single vegetable that Ben hates in a bowl.
In a bowl. Lettuce. And quinoa. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not really vegetable.
I like beetroot and butternut squash.
It was kind of incredible. I had tasted some. It was good. I'm trying to open myself up on this trip. We want to try like some weird stuff, some traditional, and identifiable interest. Let's call it interesting, not weird.
We want to taste the region.
The rainbow.
That too.
I love Skittles.
Yeah.
Just like Marshawn Lynch. Shout out Marshawn Lynch.
I don't know if there's a local culture whose like cultural dish is Skittles.
Okay. All right. So.
I say one weird thing and you're like, hey, you're like, stay in your lanes.
Boy. So, anywho, after Bill's, we were going to go to that museum. It closed. There was also a wedding, so I don't even know if we could have gone in. But there was an
really sweet wedding. It looked like folks who were like maybe in their 60s getting married.
True.
It was very sweet.
Yeah.
And we were
or they could have been renewing their vows too, I guess.
Oh, maybe. Either way, they looked beautiful, and we were sitting there watching them, and some guy was sitting on a bench behind us, and he said, "Hey, move! I'm watching them."
No, he didn't even say that. He was like had a beer, and he was sitting by himself. He goes, "I cannot see," and was like singing it to us, and I was like, "I think he's talking to us."
Yeah. That's our fault for wandering into his.
Anyway, we found this really beautiful park. Forsund, I think it's called. So anyway, there's a big, gigantic lion in the middle of it, which was to commemorate soldiers lost during...
It was a bunch of British soldiers who died in a battle in Afghanistan where they were trying to install...
trying to fight off a Russian installation.
They were trying to install someone who would be friendly to the British government. So definitely meddling in Afghanistan's government. And anyway, they lost terribly in this battle, and so the lion statue was to commemorate them, and it's a huge lion in the middle of a really gigantic
lion, but anyway, we were on our way to see, there's some ruins of an old abbey there, built in 1121, if I remember that correctly. So
sanctioned by one of the very first King Henrys.
Yeah, well, the first King Henry the First.
Yeah.
Bowcroft, something like that. Anyway, I'm sorry if I got that wrong, Brits. But yeah, really, I mean, in my perception, if it's 1,000 years old, like that was quite a bit of the building was left.
It was humongous, truly. Yeah. I learned something about how, I keep wanting to say schist, that's not it, the flint.
Flint, yeah.
How flint is formed because, it used to be like under the sea sponges and stuff that...
sediment.
Yep. So they were... As they fossilized, all the organic material decayed, and all the residual silicone fused together to make flint, which
Silica?
Silica.
Yeah, okay.
Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah, they didn't have that yet.
Yeah, later on. I meant to say silica. It fused together and it made flint, which, if you look at it, it looks like you can kind of...
Yeah, it looks kind of like...
chip a piece off and make an arrowhead.
Yeah.
It's very naturally sharp.
I was going to say...
Interesting to think that it was once upon a time a sea sponge.
Or a few of them, yeah. It's pretty wild. That was really neat. Cool to walk through. They had some good little displays.
The walls were made out of flint stones.
Yeah, so bonded together with stuff. But yeah. Then we saw a piece of Banksy art that was right outside of the walls of the old abbey, and on our way to catch a bus to the venue tonight, which was Angel Bar, and the owners were there. They've only had the bar for just under a year, and she loves to sing, and I think she's a musician on the side. And so they really are trying to find a way to bring music and still support their employees. And so it was very, very cool that they brought me. They brought like their whole family. There was like 3 tables of their folks plus the whole place. And what was really great is I'm carrying around a Bose PA, and I tried it out at home, like testing out in different rooms, and was really worried about how far the sound would reach, especially a lot of bars here are long and skinny. That tends to be the old kind of build, like Chicago, and like, I mean, I know it's older, but those long, kind of tiny, small spaces, so it can be hard to get sound to reach all of that. But there were folks in the back of the front of the bar, which was as far away from me as I could, so I was in the back of the bar, but they were clapping and listening along too. So the whole place was full all night. Really incredibly friendly people. The servers were awesome. Like the bar, all the whole staff. Everybody was really great.
It was decorated beautifully. Ben played in front of a painting that made it look like he had angel wings.
Yeah, Instagrammable wall. I mean, they really are doing a lot of things well. In fact, these 2 ladies, before I started playing, maybe like your mom's age-ish. I don't know. These 2 ladies came up and were taking pictures. I had already set up my microphone and stuff, so they were posing on the microphone and the angel wings, and then they were like, "Come over here." I hadn't even started playing yet, and they were like, "Get over here and pose with us." And I was like, "Ooh, okay." And then we had a good time. It was very fun. They were very sweet. Everyone over here is just like all about creative arts, music, art, whatever.
They're very like participatory.
Yeah. And want to ask us everything because we're American. New Mexico throws people for a loop. That's one not everybody in the States know about it, so I guess it's not surprising that.
They know it. They know us if they've watched
Breaking Bad. Yeah. Shocker. Anyway, really wonderful show. We got to shout out Mina and Paul, the owners there. They're just very good. They're salt of the earth. They even drove us to the train station so we could get back.
Very, very generous with us. Yeah. Very, very kind folks.
So if they're watching this, and maybe we'll just have to send it to them and say thank you. Sit down and watch us recap our day 3. And they're like, when do you talk about Angel Bar? Anyway.
Go to Angel Bar if you're in Reading. However you pronounce it. That's
and scene. What a way to end it, but you did a
British
good job.
English is my second language.
Oh my God. Anyway, that's day 3. Tomorrow we got a bit of a haul. We're going up to see a bunch of friends and new friends that are playing with the Dunwells at their Summertime Fest. So we're really looking forward to it. It was very cool of them to invite us. So we'll let you know how it goes tomorrow. See ya.